Have you ever seen your dog growl at someone and had no idea why? You might think it's just afraid of strangers, but that's not always the case. Your dog could be trying to warn you about something you can't see. In this video, we're diving into the shocking secrets of how dogs can read people, from detecting lies, sensing stress hormones, to identifying bad intentions just by a person's gaze. And the most incredible part? One of these abilities could literally save your life. If you love dogs and have ever wondered about the seemingly irrational things your furry friend does, then this is one video you don't want to miss a single second of. Oh, and if this topic grabs your attention, you're going to love the videos coming up, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out. All right, now, let's unlock the sixth sense of your loyal four-legged companion. Here's a fascinating fact not everyone knows. Dogs can read human personalities, even before we say a word. In a famous experiment, actors interacted with a dog's owner in two different ways. One was helpful, the other ignored the owner and acted rude. Later, the dog only accepted food from the kind person. The neutral person? Forgiven. But the rude one? Completely rejected. That seemingly small choice reveals something much bigger. Dogs don't just watch, they judge people. And they take it seriously. Because to them, love isn't something you can fake. And if you think you can fool them with a few fake gestures, think again. A study in Japan proved dogs are not easily tricked. At first, a trainer pointed to a hidden treat, and the dog ran right to it. But the second time, when the trainer pointed to an empty container, things changed. By the third round, even when the food was actually there, the dog refused to trust the trainer again. Dogs remember. They learn. And most importantly, they won't let you lie to them twice. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice? Not happening. If dogs could talk, that's probably what they'd say. Ever seen a dog stare at someone, then suddenly look away like it wants nothing to do with them? Don't ignore that look. Dogs are incredibly good at reading human faces. A group of scientists in Austria trained dogs to distinguish between happy and angry expressions. Not only could they recognize familiar faces, but even with strangers, they sensed emotional tones, especially negative ones. A scowl, tight lips, a cold expression, all send signals that dogs pick up fast. And when they back away, it might be because they feel something off deep inside that person. They don't need a reason. Just one bad vibe in your face is enough. So why are dogs so good at this? Part of it comes from their incredible noses. Our breath and sweat contain a chemical called cortisol, the stress hormone. When someone with bad intentions approaches, no matter how well they try to hide it, the dog can still smell their anxiety. And not just from the other person. Dogs can sense changes in your heartbeat and breath, too. When you try to stay calm, your dog is already shifting from relaxed to protective. It doesn't just smell the threat, it smells your fear. But dogs don't just smell. They hear in ways we can't imagine. Picture saying, "Good boy," in a warm tone, then again in a cold, sharp voice. To you, it might not seem different, but to a dog, it's a whole different world. They don't just hear words, they hear emotion. Sharp, high-pitched sounds make them shrink back. Gentle, low tones make their tails wag. So when someone walks up with an angry or unstable voice, your dog flips into defense mode. It's like their ears are wired to detect danger before the words even come out. Here's something strange, yet touching. Dogs mirror your emotions. When you dislike someone, your dog picks up on that. When you're scared, they tremble too. Scientists call it the Oxytocin cortisol mirror effect. Your hormones and your dog's are connected. Your emotions guide their reactions. So next time your dog growls at someone, it might not be just instinct. It could be your own heart speaking through them. You don't like them, I feel it, so I'll protect you. And then, the eyes. The eyes that speak, or avoid. Dogs often stare at those they trust, and look away from those they don't. Studies of stray dogs in multiple countries show they avoid eye contact with people who move oddly, have blank expressions, or behave sneakily. That proves, even without being taught, dogs just know who to trust and who to steer clear of. To them, the eyes are the window to the soul, and untrustworthy eyes often lead to a dangerous heart. Think dogs only react to what's right in front of them? Think again. In a study on people with PTSD, scientists found something amazing. Dogs can detect a panic attack before it happens, just from breathing. Micro changes in breath chemicals, VOCs, trigger their ultra-sensitive noses. And before the person even realizes the flashback is coming, the dog has already nudged closer, licked their face, or rested its head on their lap like a silent hug. That's not just instinct, that's emotional rescue. And if a dog can sense an emotional storm before the brain even knows, imagine what it can detect in someone carrying a dark past or dark intentions. But what if a dog can't see, smell, or read a face? Is there another way it can recognize someone? The answer lies in something you use every day, your voice. A study from Hungary showed dogs can recognize their owners just from a recorded voice, even without a face or scent. That means your voice, warm or cold, is the emotional business card you send into a dog's world. And when someone speaks and your dog freezes up, that might be your cue to trust its instincts over their sweet words. And it goes beyond familiar voices. Dogs can sense the intent behind them. In an experiment, people said simple phrases like, "good job," in different tones. The dogs responded very differently. Warm tones triggered the brain's reward center, the happy zone. But the same words in a harsh or flat tone? The dogs instantly became wary. In other words, dogs don't care what you say, they care how you say it. In a world where people hide behind polite words, dogs cut straight to the truth, through the tiniest sounds. Maybe that's why dogs have developed such all-around observation skills. If someone avoids eye contact, shows no emotion, or tries to sneak glances, dogs take it as a red flag. A study in Indian neighborhoods proved this. Stray dogs stayed away from people with weird walking styles, sketchy eyes, or blank faces. The lack of visual connection makes them alert. And if that's true for random people on the street, it's even truer for someone approaching you when your guard is down. Even more amazing, VOCs. Without speaking a word, dogs sync up with your emotions. When you're scared, they're tense. When you feel uneasy, they step in front of you. Most people think dogs react to strangers, but really, they react because of you. Your bond with your dog isn't just love, it's a current of emotion, connected by hormones like oxytocin and cortisol. So when someone gives you a weird vibe, and your dog feels the same, you may have just received a double warning, one from instinct and one from the heart. Dogs aren't just companions. They're survival instinct, tied to you. And because they're not influenced by social cues, money, or sweet talk, their judgment is often brutally honest. A person can seem nice, polite, even helpful. But if your dog refuses to go near them, or keeps its eyes locked in suspicion, maybe you should take a little more time to think about that person. Because dogs don't need a reason to love, and they don't need a reason to doubt. And after everything you've just heard, you might be replaying those moments when your dog growled, barked, or suddenly went silent when someone entered the house. Maybe you scolded it, thinking it was overreacting, but now you know, maybe it was protecting you, in the only way it knew how, through a bark, through a look, through a loyal heart that never betrays. If this video helped you understand your four-legged friend better, hit that subscribe button now. Because every week, we'll be sharing more secrets that only dogs can teach us humans. And who knows? The next video might just help you become a better, more trustworthy friend to your dog.